Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We'll continue front page review with the Punch watch story.
Okay, so
I have Senate braces for Showdown as Natasha plans return today.
Okay.
They said there's palpable fear that the Senate leadership may clash with the suspended lawmaker representing Kogi Central Senatorial District, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, following her threat to attend plenary today. The upper chamber is, however, bracing for a showdown, insisted that it would not take any official action on the matter until the review of the certified true copy of the court's pronouncement. Natasha had told her supporters in a video trending on social media that she would resume her legislative activities in the Red Chamber on Tuesday. That's today. She expressed gratitude to her constituents for standing by her following the favourable court judgment that reaffirmed her position in the Senate. The court declared that the 6-month suspension imposed on her was excessive, unconstitutional, and an infringement on the rights of her constituents, and ordered that she be recalled from suspension. It also fined her the sum of $5 million for contempt of court over a Facebook post deemed to have violated an earlier court order. So this is what we will be dealing with today. So we'll see,
updates.
We'll hear updates, and we're excited to see her go back there, and then I'm even more excited to see how she'll be received and what will happen as a result.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyways, the next story is about the fact that actions will always have consequences.
Really?
The United States mission in Nigeria has announced that all applicants for F, M, and J non-immigrant visas must now adjust their social media from private setting to public setting. F, M, and J visas are non-immigrant visa categories issued by the United States government for individuals coming to the country for educational and exchange programs or purposes. The mission stated that applicants in those categories must now set their personal pages to public as a new visa requirement, that they can go there and see everything that you post and everything that you're doing, or people that you're connected to. The development was announced via the United States Diplomatic Mission Nigeria official X page on Monday, noting that the update was effective immediately. So please, let's be guided. The things we say, the things we post, the things we write, comments we leave on social media, they all have, repercussions.
That's a good hot topic.
It's a good hot topic because somebody was turned back from her US trip because of what she posted on Instagram.
Oh yeah, that trended itself.
Whatever you do, be wise. So I want to take the story on ASU. The ASU branches that have they suspended lectures because salary wasn't paid. Sadly, students are going to have to deal with the reality. The Academic Staff Union of Universities have announced the suspension of services following the delay in the payment of their salaries. If we can recall, the national president of ASU, Professor Chris Piwana, had earlier in an interview with Punch mentioned that the union will invoke a no pay, no work policy, similar to what the government also implemented. And they said since there's delay in the payment of June salaries so far, academics across universities and other tertiary institutions have been paused. They listed a few universities that have been involved. They said that salaries were not paid and government should release the salaries of the ASU staff if they want work to continue. I just feel that, like I said, one of the things I learned in China is education. You cannot lead a people out of poverty if they are not educated. It's impossible. We cannot grow this country without education. So not paying salaries of lecturers is just an indication of how we don't really want the future to change. Moving on to Daily Sun, a major headline. Senate, showdown looms as Natasha vows to resume. Embattled senator says suspension doesn't come from her serving constituents. You have a picture story of Governor Peter Mbah of Enugu State, as well as the Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, Deputy Governor of Enugu State, Ifeanyi Osai, all of them, and the Commissioner of Transportation, as well as the Catholic Bishop of the diocese, during the inauguration of 3 aircraft for the commencement of operations of Enugu Air, a newly established state-owned. That picture it tells the story, and I'm sure a lot of Enugu people are happy. PMS, we're redirecting subsidy savings to infrastructure others. That's from the president. Keyamo inaugurates Enugu Air, describes Mbah as one of the best governors. In other news, 7 banks race for $965 billion amid rising recapitalization pressure. One term enough for sincere leaders to make impact. That's from Obi. Ex-Oyo Governor Ladoja set to rule as the 43rd Olubado dies. Tinubu Makinde Sultan, Emir of Ilorin, others commiserate with the Oba Olakolenyi family. So, what story are we starting with?
I have Keyamo inaugurates Enugu Air. This is fantastic news. I agree. Yes, so the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Mr. Festus Keyamo, yesterday inaugurated Enugu Air, a state-owned commercial airline established by Governor Peter Mbah administration with 3 Embraer airplanes for a start. The minister recalls the governor's persistence and energy in bringing Enugu Air to reality. He described him, the Minister of Aviation described the governor as an incredible performing governor, noting that it will be difficult to defeat him in 2027. So he's already even campaigning for him. He says, given the level of work he had done in just 2 years, he described him, he says that from the moment he was announced minister, he said this governor did not rest. He came to visit him. He did not wait for them to come to him. He was always in Abuja trying to make sure that this was, done. He said the governor was relentless, persistent, and pushing to the extent that I asked this private sector experience you are bringing to Enugu, do you want Enugu to explode? It was incredible. And so this is good news, as we said, and I think that this governor really deserves recognition for his hard work. I've taken his stories from the very beginning, from when he was inaugurated, and I've always heard good things. Nearly every month, there's something new that he's doing that's quite impactful on that stage.
Mentor younger ones. Don't finish and go now. You do once in a lifetime. So I have capitalization. 7 banks face 965 billion naira gap. So the banks were supposed to recapitalize to about 500 billion for first-year banks, and 200 billion, in various grades like that. And so only 4 of these banks have met their recapitalization status. That's Access, Zenith, EcoBank, and Lotus and Jaiz Bank. So only of them have met their status. All the other banks, FCMB, Fidelity Bank, GTCO, UBA, First Bank Holdings Company, Sterling Bank, Stanbic, IBTC, and all of them have not been able to meet it. So cumulatively, all of them have to now go and find the balance, because they have tried, but they have a balance of 965 billion to to cover the gap amid the capitalization pressure from CBN. The deadline is 2026 July, so January 2026 January. So they have a short period of time to meet it, and I'm hoping that they have things that they can do to meet it. That's basically the story.
Okay. So the presidential candidate of Labour Party LP in the 2023 election, Mr. Peter Obi, has said that a 4-year single term is enough for any serious and sincere candidate to make an impact in Nigeria. Obi, in a statement issued by the spokesman of Peter Obi Media Reports, Ibrahim Omar, also said a single term of 4 years would also respect, in 2027, would respect the zoning process and stabilize the polity. He said that this is just a gentleman's agreement that is not within our constitution, but we all know about it, and then it's important that that is respected. He also said that he will not do a day above or over the 4 years if given the chance opportunity to serve, and that if a government can destroy a country in 2 years, that imagine what that shade. Did you get that shade? That in 4 years you can imagine what a good governing body can do. Then when asked if he was running, his running mate was former Vice President Atiku Abubakar in 2027 election, he said that that is not in play, that nobody has ever discussed that. He said that people assume a lot of things, but that nobody has ever discussed whether he's going to be A, B, or C. Yes, he also dispelled the speculation that he had left LP following his open support for the coalition, which has adopted the African Democratic Congress. Yes. So, we just need to keep watching and seeing how this is going to unfold, because like a movie, it's like a movie is about to, to happen.
They should continue. Moving on to Nigerian Tribune. Global trade tension over fresh US 10% tariff hike on Nigeria, BRICS nations, as Trump decries anti-America policy of bloc. I have no plans to join ADC. That's from Oyebanji. ASU directs members to withdraw services over delayed salaries. UniJOS, UniAbuja already joined the strike. JITAS, as federal government, strips FAN, NCAA, NAMA of revenue collection powers. Local government funds. Osun people angry with you. APC leaders of thoughts tell Tinubu. Tinubu, Makinde, Sultan, Alaafin, others pay tributes as Olubado joint ancestors at 90. The NAF airstrikes hits terrorist hideout on Mandara Mountain and it kills scores. North ganging up against Tinubu from APC National Secretary. We didn't accuse NNPCL of stealing 210 trillion naira, but asked to account for it. That's from the Senate committee. The stakeholders have asked INEC to account for over 300 billion IREV allocation for 2023 election, and they seek constitutional amendment for police to prosecute anyone indicted by the National Assembly. So what story are we starting with? Okay, so
the revenue collection powers of the FAN, the NCAA,
all this division.
Yes, they are among the 63 ministries and departments that the Nigerian Revenue Service Establishment Bill has withdrawn their powers to collect money. So now they will queue and collect their money from federal allocations and wait for federal allocations. So experts are saying that this might cause problems within the sector, you know. But I've always wondered, especially because I passed the toll gate at the airport towards the Solo, that where does this money go? Who audits this money? How do this money, how are they utilized with the airport looking the state that is still looking? You know, did you arrive at
it's the same airport,
the shock of
the old one,
the entire thing is just doesn't, with the kind of money that gate pays. An SUV is 500, and you know how many SUVs go through there? I have to go through there every evening. It's not for the airport, it's for the community, you see, because it was somebody that went to do road, and I'm wondering, where does the money go? Infrastructure and things like that should grow within the airport. It shouldn't be for salaries only.
Definitely.
But now they've drawn their powers of revenue collection, and I'm hoping that we can hold government responsible if we cannot hold individuals or the FAN responsible, but they don't have powers to collect money anymore.
All right, that's all we can take on Front Page Review for today. When we return, we'll continue with our hot topics. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.